In today's video, we're going to be working with some Hero Arts product that's newly released, and we're going to deviate from our Christmas in July, and we're going to work with a Summerween. It's like a Halloween set in the summer, and this is the Hero Arts Free Spirit. There's 5 cutting dies with this. You can create these cute little ghosts that have the little floral elements on them, and they're just kind of a 70s vibe type. And so we've got the ghost, we've got the decorative element here for the ghost, and then we've got some floral pieces. So you've just got 5 cutting dies with it, and it is super cute. And then kind of to go along with that, we've also got the Flower Power stencil. And there are 4 pieces to this stencil. It's 5 1/4 by 6 1/2, and there's just 5 layers to it. And then we've got another die set that is called We All Scream. And we scream for ice cream is what we scream for. It has a Hey Boo sentiment. You've got the letters and then the shadow. And then you've got a popsicle. And we've got all the dies here. So you can make your little ghost popsicle. You've got your popsicle back and then your words. You've got your dripping from your popsicle and then your handle for your popsicle. And then we've got our sentiments there. Cute, super cute set. Now, in addition to that, I've got a couple other Stampin' Cut sets. I have got the Ghoul Summer Stamp Set. And this is super cute. You've got some flamingos. It says Squad Ghouls, like ghouls. You're a free spirit. I like that in a ghoul. Hey Boo, it's a ghoul summer. Ghouls just want to have sun. Have a boo-bly day. Kind of goes along with your little bubbly drink. Happy Summerween. Celebrate your flamin' ghoul. And we all scream for Summerween. Then we've got another little small popsicle. They've got little eyes on them. And you've also got a waffle cone with some little eyes on it too. And then this cute little drink. You've got some little ghosts and some little ice in there. Super fun set. And then you've got the coordinating dies. And the dies do cut out these sentiments as well. So this is a great little set, super fun. And then we've got another Stampin' Cut set, and we have got the Beach Booze stamp set. And this is so cute. You've got a palm tree, a couple ghosts, a little sand castle, a little pumpkin beach ball, and you've got like a shovel and a bucket. And we've got a glass, an ice cream cone, a little pool with 3 little ghosts in it. We've got another one of our kind of free spirit ghosts. And then we've got a ghost on a raft and a hat and some different things. This is a super cute set. And then you've got all of your die cut pieces to go with it. So I'm just going to take a break here, figure out what we're going to make. We're going to come back in and we're going to make some fun cards with this fun product. So I decided to work with these Stampin' Cut sets, and I just took several of the little images and I just stamped them up and I heat embossed them with some clear embossing powder. And I'm just going to bring in my Copic markers and do some coloring on them. And so I've got the little sandcastle here. I've just brought in one of my brown Copic markers and I'm just going to color it in. Now I'm just doing very basic coloring, just using single markers on each element. These are simple designs and I didn't really feel like I needed to do any shading or anything like that. We'll do a little bit of shading on the ghosts just because they're white. We'll bring in a gray marker and do that, but we're going to keep it really, really simple. And I have sped this up because it takes quite a while to color in all these images, and it's very simple coloring, so I don't really feel like I need to slowly take you through the steps of it. We're just going to get them all colored up. And I'm just using a variety of colors. Now here I'm just using one of my gray shading things for the ghost just to give it a little bit of dimension. And I'm coloring the little raft pink and blue. We're going to have a continuous color scheme with all of these because we are going to work with our stencil and we're going to use some pink and some blue in our stencil as well. So we're just going to keep it real simple. And I was just checking the dye on that to see, because I was coloring water around it and I wanted to see what was going to be filled in. And then I took the little hat and colored it pink, and now we're using the pink on the flamingos and getting them filled in. And we're going to have some a strawberry popsicle, and I used it. And then we're going to add some pink to our little blow up pool and to our little flowers on our little floral ghost we've got there. We're going to bring some yellow in as well. And basically we're working with pink, blue, and yellow on these cards. And then of course we've got brown for the palm tree and green for the leaves, and then brown for our cone and our stick on our popsicle. And I will color in this pumpkin beach ball, but I won't wind up using it. And we're just going to color some water into our little blow up pool, and then we're going to add some yellow on the outside, and we're just kind of keeping the color scheme. I did bring in some of the other elements like the cone and the drink and then the popsicle, so we can do some fun stuff with those. Excuse me, I broke out into a sneeze there and I had to stop in the middle of my sentence. Anyway, I'm just coloring our ice cubes in with a darker blue. I'm using some lighter blue for the liquid, and we've got a pink straw. We're going to have yellow on the bottom of our pink popsicle and a brown stick, and I'm just going to bring in all of the coordinating dies and lay them down, and then we're going to go to our die cutting machine, get all of these pieces cut out, and then we'll be ready to start building our cards. So I'm just going to get all those laid out. I went to the die cutting machine, I die cut them out, and I kind of clustered these things together in a way that I might be able to put some cards together. And so you can see I've just kind of grouped them. And so we've got our 4-piece stencil, and I'm just going to create a panel, and we're going to use that for our background on our card. I just brought in my waffle flower sticky mat and a white panel, and we're going to get it lined up on here, and we're going to just color in our stencil. So I've got Kitsch Flamingo there, and I've sped this up, and it's going to be the first layer of our florals, and then I'm going to lay our second layer in, and I'm going to bring in, I think this is broken china, and I'm going to lay it down on there. And this will be our blue layer, just keeping our color scheme the same. And then we're going to bring in the next layer, and we're going to get it laid down on there. And I'm going to bring in Squeeze Lemonade. This is a new ink pad that I just got, and this is the first time using it, and it's really a bright yellow. And then I'm going to bring in Seedless Preserves, and we will do the centers of all of these flowers with it. And we're going to have a very fun panel. Now I had a bigger piece of cardstock that I needed there, so I'm just going to trim it down. I'm trimming it down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then I'm going to go ahead and trim it down to 4 by 5 1/4. And I liked how that turned out. And then I'm going to bring in one of my A2 Matting Basic nested dies, and I'm going to create 2 panels. I wanted to make the most out of this panel so that I could use it. I've got 3 cards going here, and I wanted the flowered stencil on 2 of them. So I've got this frame, and then I've got the inside frame, and then I've created a couple of other panels for my 3rd card. And something has got me choked up tonight, and I keep coughing and sneezing. So I'm going to get this Flower Power stencil frame laid down on there, and we're going to start layering up our first card. I will tell you, I was at a concert in the park tonight and was outside, and I think that perhaps something's kind of got me a little bit stoved up, and I'm coughing and sneezing. But anyway, we're going to use this little frame around here. It was a very good concert. They played some old music that we knew, you know, all the words to and stuff. It was pretty good. It was a band that we hadn't had at our park before, but it was pretty good. So I enjoyed it. I went with my sister and my girlfriend, and it was, our cousin was there, and it was her birthday, and we had taken a birthday card and sang happy birthday. She works the concerts in the park, so we saw her coming near us, so we started singing happy birthday to her. And then people started clapping and honking. So anyway, that was before the concert started. So I'm just bringing in these little summer icons, and I'm going to get them laid down on here. We've got the ghost with the Flower Power flowers on it. We've got the ice cream cone, and we've got the popsicle and the little drink, and we're just going to add all of these. It's just kind of a fun mixture, and I'm using that We All Scream for Summerween, because we know what that comes from. We all scream for ice cream, and I'm just going to get them all laid down on here. I'm going very flat, keeping it really, really simple, and just laying it down. We've got lots of color with that framed panel, and we've got our colorful little icons that we're laying down on there. And then I have used the die, one of the dies. I've got a couple of the dies cut out. I'm not going to show them on the video, but I am going to use the little flowers that die cut out with them, and I'm going to use those for embellishments on our card. And so I'm just going to find some of those flowers and lay them down on here. I've chosen the medium sized for this, and I've got a pink one, and I'm going to add a blue center to it, and then we'll use 2 blue small ones for the other side of the card. So this is a really fun set. It's kind of a little diversion from our Christmas in July. Hero Arts does have some Christmas release as well that I'll be working with in the next couple days, but I just kind of took a little break from Christmas just to work with this little set, do some coloring, and create some fun flower power cards, I guess. And I'm going to bring in another blue one. I thought about putting it on the other side, and then I decided to lay those two together down here by the sentiment. And we'll bring in a couple of pink centers and put in the centers of these flowers. And we'll get it laid down on there if I can get it in the center. And that'll finish up our first card. I think it's super cute, very playful and colorful. Now for this one, I'm going to take the inside piece that I die cut out and lay it down, and we'll have a big white frame around it. Now we've got a lot of colors going on there, and I'm going to look at it, and then I'll decide that I need to bring in a white panel because it kind of gets lost in all of the floral elements there. So I'm just kind of positioning things, and then I will decide to bring in a panel for it. So I've got a little basket that I have a bunch of panels in, and I just grabbed one. This is just an oval, and I thought that would work on there, and so I'm just going to bring in the oval panel, and we'll use it to position our little blow-up pool and our little palm tree with our little ghost in there. I've got the Halloween or the pumpkin beach ball, but I've decided I'm not going to use it. So I'm going to lay that aside, and we'll just get to assembling these, and this will be our second card. So the sentiment for this one I've chosen is squad goals. And we've got a squad of ghosts in our pool, and I thought it'd be fun to use that. And I know when I was young, my squad's goals was always to be in the pool every summer and just having fun. Now, we generally had a bigger pool than this. This is the kind of pool that my grandkids would play in my backyard. But it's super cute, and I like the polka dots on there. We're going to lay the palm tree. I know you might not have a palm tree in your backyard if you've got a blow-up pool or whatever, but I thought it was just a fun little backdrop to it. And I'm just going to lay our little squad of ghouls in their pool up next to there. I'm going to lay our squad ghoul sentiment down on the bottom, and then we'll just get our pool positioned where we want it. And it'll be another cute little card with the little florals on it. So fun. And I am going to bring in another one of those little die cut flowers and just put it up there in that white space to fill it in, and I think it'll just add a little bit more interest to it. So I'll just grab a pink flower, we'll get it laid down on there. We're going to grab a blue center, and it'll be just a little embellishment. Instead of using gems, we're just using the little flowers. And there is our second card. Now for the third one, I didn't want to stencil another panel, so I took one of my embossing folders and I embossed a pink panel, and I die cut out a blue panel with my A2 Matting Basics die. And this is some paper that my sister got me for my birthday, and I'm using it, and it matches very nicely with the color scheme that we've got going on. She got me a big bag of crafty supplies. She got me some foam tape. She got me some 110-pound cardstock, some pastel cardstock that I'm using here, and foam squares, and she got me some, what all did she get me? The little glue dots and some alcohol, because I use alcohol in my craft room all the time in a little spray bottle. She got me some more of that. Anything that I had recently said I was low on, she had put in my birthday bag, and I had gotten it. And then she and our friend, we call her sister, had taken me out to dinner for my birthday as well. And they had bought my meal, and it was really nice. We went to a place that we like to go and had fish and chips. And then we came back to my house and we had cheesecake. And I had this gift with all these little crafty items in it. So it was super fun. And it was really more than they needed to do, but I was appreciative and we had a fun time. So I'm going to get these flamingos laid down on here, and we're just kind of creating a little beach scene. And this little ghost is going to be floating in the water on the raft. Now, I probably could have added some sand or whatever, but I kept it super simple. And I'll tell you, we had rafts when we were at the beach, and we floated on the rafts in the beach and had a really fun time. Now, I was thinking about moving that sandcastle so I could make that hat fit, and then I just decided to put the hat on the pink flamingo, and I thought it looked cute on there. So I'm going to bring in a foam square, and we'll just pop that hat up on the flamingo, and I think it looks cute on the flamingo. We'll just get it laid down, and that's going to finish off our third card. I need to get that sentiment laid on there. I thought I was finished and was about to pick it up, and I was like, oh, you've got to glue that down. And then for this one, I added ghouls just want to have sun, and I think they turned out super cute. And I've taken some pictures so that you can see a close-up of them. And if you like, consider hitting that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel. And I greatly appreciate you watching. I hope you have a great day. And here's a couple more videos you might want to check out on my channel.